Hi everybody, this is Lee. Today we're going to do some pole. Uh, by request, I was asked to show a certain karate form that out of necessity I adapted into a pole, following that Japanese tradition of repurposing or double purposing empty-handed patterns into weapons forms or vice versa. And this particular form comes from karate. There are two different names for it, but it's the fourth heian or pinan form. But I thought as a warm up, maybe we'll do some empty handed just to warm the body up. So let me get the syllabus and whatever grade, color belt grade that number 4 is. So apparently this particular form in the style that I studied was for third Kyu or third grade. So we're just going to do the empty-handed techniques for that third grade as a warm-up, and then we'll get into the form for that particular. Just make sure everything's in frame. Once we do the weapons part, I'll get the camera angle up a bit more, but just for the karate parts, we'll do this. So let me just lower that again. Particular stance for this grade, which I've done in that Korean martial art of mine. The stance for this grade, the new stance for this grade is called Kake Dachi, or hooked stance, and it looks like this. So one foot is facing forward, the legs are crossed, and the foot is pointing in a 90-degree angle from the other side. That can be both sides as well. But the one foot is always flat, and the back foot is always off the ground to some varying degrees. Knee is behind the knee. hold that for a little bit. Just to condition my legs, because I did have a knee injury, so I like to hold these stances just as a bit of a somebody knew and was in chat, but no. So I've seen this particular stance in Chinese Kung Fu. They do it a little deeper. In the Korean martial art that I study as well, we do it a little bit deeper. But this karate one is up a little bit higher, so not quite as wide of a base for this one. So that's kakedachi. Do that one more time. On the other side. And the first, let me raise the first of the strikes for this particular grade level for third Kyu is Chudan Hijiate. So taking a regular stance and going with the elbow, and we're striking somewhere about here. Roll my elbows so you can see what body part, at least on one side, is. But we'll do it 10 times on both sides. Chudan Hijiate, middle elbow strike. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And now quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's a good shoulder warm up for the weapon work we'll be doing later. And then front elbow strike. Both middle level and upper level. Chudan Mai Hijiate and Jodan Age Hijiate. I don't think I've ever done the elbow strike like that before, but I'll do it just for sake of warm up. So kind of flapping the arm up like that. It's 2 elbows so far. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then upper elbow strike. 2. You have to get that, kind of lean your body out to the side so that you can angle that elbow upwards. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rear elbow strike. Ushiro Hijiate. This isn't the way we did it in actual fighting, but as actual fighting or in basics, we'd be doing it without the assist of the hand, but just for the sake of the syllabus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then the descending elbow strike, Hiroshi Hijiate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for this level, X blocks with the knife hand Shuto Jujiuke, up and down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the first of the kicking techniques. Maikakato, Gary, Chudan, and Jodan. I don't know if I'm going to do high level, but I might do at least do mid level with the heel kick. And lower the camera so I don't have to reach up as high with my kick because I'm 55 years old. Not a young kid anymore. So hitting with the heel instead of the ball of the foot. This is a heel kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I can go up a little higher with my left side because my hip is injured from my knee injury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the middle and upper level heel kicks. Maikakato, Gary. See what else we have. Okay, we've got a low level heel kick. Low level heel kick as well. So we'll just do that alternating legs. 1, 2, 3. This could also be a stomp as well. 4, 5. You can really feel that on your calves. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's also a jaw kick, but I'm not quite sure if I can pull that off. And it's either a straight-legged kicking up to the face, but my legs aren't in shape for that to do that just yet, so I won't be doing that. So that's our warm-up. We've done our arms, we've done our legs, we've done some breathing, we've done peculiar stance. So now I'm going to facing to the front of the camera and then facing to the side of the camera, the actual kata, original kata. Now there are some differences between the way this kata is done and the way the Shotokan people do it. Our back stance, the back foot is at 45 degrees, whereas with Shotokan, their back stance, the foot is facing at a 90-degree angle, but the front foot is still the same. We just, our back stance is like this, as opposed to flat on the floor and like so. I'm doing that to both sides. So I'll do the empty hand version just so you can get the shape of the kata, and then I'll put a pole in my hands and do the Jo or short pole version of it. So, and depending on whether you have your hands, your knife hands, let's just raise that up so you can see that a little bit better. Sink down a little bit lower on the stance, but depending on whether you have like a 90-degree angle or whether it's a little bit more open, in our style, our hands were a little bit more open for this knife hand thing on both, but I know the Shotokan people and some other styles like to have that a nice 90-degree. So just follow along and do whichever version that you've been taught. Pinan Sonoyan or Heian Yandan. So looking to the left, in back stance, knife hand block, chamber. So you might chamber here, go there, and then do that. Switching sides there, looking forward, doing that low X block in front stance, two-handed block, stepping forward, right foot forward, and from here, we're chambering in crane-like stance, hands in cup and saucer position, side kick, back fist, land, elbow, kind of like that elbow that we did, and we did the X block already, chambering, hands in cup and saucer position, and backs, and side kick and back fist to the other side, land, elbow strike. So some styles, they go straight into this upper knife hand cover and knife hand strike. Some sweep the hand and then come up like so. So whichever version you're used to, or we're just going straight in from there. That simultaneous knife hand strike with the upper knife hand parry. From there, front kick. We'll do that again, starting from the top. And then we go into that. Let me try and catch that a little bit better angle. Because then we're going into that kakedachi, that cross stance. So doing it from this side. And you might want to do it crisp, or you might do it slow with controlled breathing. Kick, plant the foot, and we're in that cross stance. We're doing a back fist with hand cover, back fist with hand cover, and turning, back stance, wedging block, kick, punch, and there might be 3 punches or 2, depending on what your style is. We turn 180 degrees, open up, doing that fist, wedge block, back stance, kick, punch, maybe 3, and then turning from there, turning back towards the way we came. 1, 2, 3, 3 of those. And some styles do that particular combined block, hinging at the elbow. Our style, we did it with the fist closer here, not so much flapping it or hinging off that elbow, but here. So, and from there, reaching around, grabbing, pulling into a knee kick, and turning, back stance, right hand, knife hand. And that's the end of that kata. So I'll do that from the side, reorient the camera, and then we'll put a pull in our hands and do it that way. Make sure I got enough room to move. Move that over because you don't have a lot of space to move. Chamber, side kick, back fist, elbow, hand cover, sweep, upper hand parry, knife hand straight to the neck simultaneously. And we're turned into a kind of a version of front stance that's turned to the side. And then from here, front kick, land, pivoting to that hook stance and spinning back fist. From there, turning, wedging block, kick, punch, punch, back, face the other 45-degree angle, kick, punch, punch. From there, combined block, stepping forward, combined block again, releasing the hands, gripping behind the neck, pulling into knee kick, boom, turn, back stance, knife hand block, forward, back stance, knife hand block. Oh, is there? Okay, I thought we had a visitor asking. It was my own typing. Just take a bit of a break and then we'll get into movement again. Let's do a bit of an intermission and then we'll go back to things. Don't go away. Don't go away, everybody. We're just going to take a quick intermission and then Looks like I have another follower too. I was up at 36 and then I was down at 35. Looks like I'm back at 36 again, so that's good news. So I'm just going to take things off my gym stick, give myself a 4-foot pole to work with. We had our empty hand warm up so I can do the pole part. This is about a 4-foot pole. So turning to the other side, this time we have a pole in our hands, and we're doing upper level deflection, turning, chambering, turning the other way. This time we're looking down forward and knocking something down. So that corresponds to our empty-handed movement. Going down. This would be corresponding to the X block. Chambering, side kick, hitting with the pole to the neck, landing. Instead of doing an elbow, we're hitting with the pole, chambering again, side kick, hit to the neck with the pole, strike with the pole. From here, we're sweeping down with the pole and hitting to the neck. That would correspond to our movement. That sweeping down and hitting to the neck. Then from here, we're pulling the pole back and we're going into that hook stance and pushing somebody away with the pole, corresponding to that circle back fist part in the empty-handed kata. Let's go from the beginning. Actually, let's do this from the side now, from an angle. So looking to the side, deflecting, chambering, deflecting, knocking something down, chambering. This way, so chambering, find your balance. Side kick, hitting with the pole to the neck, turning, hitting. Doing that on the other side. Side kick, hitting to the neck, hitting to the neck to the side. Sweep, hit with the pole, chambering back, and pushing with the pole, pushing somebody away with the pole. Now we're turning around. Into a middle level stance, kick, hit with the pole, look to the other 45-degree angle, kick, land, hits. Then from there, deflect, step forward, deflect, step forward, deflect, letting go of the pole, wrapping around somebody's neck, and pulling them into the knee kick. Then from there, middle level guard, stepping forward, middle level guard from our back stance. So I'll do that empty-handed version one more time, and then I'll do the front version of the pole version and the side version, the pole form. Wedging block, kick, punch, punch, back, wedging block, kick, punch, punch, combine block, combine block, combine block, grabbing, pulling into a knee kick, knife hand, and knife hand. Now the pole in our hands. So instead of the wedging block, we're actually just doing a middle level guard with the pull, kick, and striking instead of punching. There, block, block, block. That third block, let go of the pole, wrap around the neck, pull into a knee kick, and then middle level guard in whichever way you like. Do that to the side now. Then I'll do it at a 45-degree angle, and then we'll get into some application of these motions. After that third one, wrapping, pull around their neck, play into knee kick, and middle level guard of some kind. Back from an angle. Let's do it from this angle. And when we're just going the back side of this. So we're pushing with the pole, and then we're turning into back stance. Normally this was the wedging block, but we're doing a middle level guard here. Back stance, kick, strike, strike. Take that on the other side, 45-degree kick, strike, strike. Then from there, forward stance, blocking one way, blocking one way. The third one, this time we're letting go of the pole to wrap around somebody's neck, pulling them into rear leg and knee kick, and then middle level guard, and we're finished. So someone's coming at us with a dropping attack with a pole or a weapon, maybe a sword. So we can either deflected from the side. So someone's coming at us from the front, and we're causing this weapon to slide off the pole one way or the other. They're hitting. We're not using all of our shoulder strength to block something, even though that can be done. This is a little more efficient because the weapon will slide off, whereas this kind of block, you're absorbing the full weight of that weapon, and it will injure your shoulders. Whereas at least this way, the energy dissipates off to the side, the weapon can slide off, boom, one way or the other. Now that's the side view. We're doing this side view. So instead of just being straight on from the side, we can angle it. So now that we're being covered, our head, so the attack that's coming down is sliding off the pole diagonally, or from the other side, we're covering our head, as opposed to just knocking it off to the side, just to angle just a little bit to cover so that the weapon, this is done in an Aikido kata. So from here, shuffle forward, thrust, deflect. So here's that same motion, deflecting and then coming down, striking, deflecting again, coming down, striking that way, hitting with the butt of the pole. So there is a precedent for this move in Japanese martial arts. There it is again. So that is the bunkai for that particular maneuver. From here, something's coming down and we're just knocking it down. This corresponds, this motion. Knocking an attack down between the legs corresponds to the X block. So lower X block, which we did the knife hand version in our warm-up. So knocking a weapon down and maybe holding it down and we're transitioning into something. Boom, boom, boom. Here, this is also knocking a weapon off to the side, even though we're transitioning into that crane leg stance. Something's coming at us. We're knocking a weapon off to the side. We could just as easily do a thrust from there, but knocking the weapon off to the side. Someone's to our side, chambering, side kick, and hitting with the pole to their neck. So we might be hitting their hip or their floating ribs with the side kick, but we're also reaching and hitting with the pole to their neck. After knocking that away, boom, landing and striking. Landing and striking with the pole in a circular movement. That's the application for that. Do that on the other side because we want symmetry. On your balance, kick, side kick, strike, and from here, we're knocking something away and striking to the neck with the pole, knocking something down, corresponding to the empty hand movement. This is the closest movement that I can find with that pole, is sweeping something away and hitting to the side of the neck. Looking maybe a kick away and then hitting into the side of the neck. Then from there, they're too close and I want to, so I'm pushing them away with the pole, straight into the neck, pushing them with the pole, pushing them away with the pole. I want to make some distance. Knock them away with the whole body, with the pole being the point of contact.